Ever heard the saying, you are what you think? Our mindset, the way we view ourselves and our abilities, plays a huge role in shaping who we are as a person and our success. The good news is that no matter the current state of your mindset, we can change it. In this video, we are exploring the growth mindset, which is all about believing that your intelligence, skills, and talents can be developed through efforts and perseverance. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset is. And more importantly, you'll have the keys to build a growth mindset and navigate challenges with a whole new perspective to reach your goals. So let's begin first with the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. There is no better way to introduce the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset than with an example. So imagine you're training for a race. How you approach your training completely depends on your mindset. If you have a fixed mindset, you'll believe that you were born with this capacity to run and that essentially you are limited by the ability you were born with. If you struggle during practice, you might think, see, I'm just not good at running. Maybe it's not for me. And you might get discouraged and easily give up. On the contrary, if you have a growth mindset, you firmly believe that anyone can improve with effort. And whenever you have a tough run, you might think, this is challenging, but with practice, I can get faster. I'm just not there yet. You will analyze what went wrong, adjust your training, and keep pushing yourself. So here's the key difference. Someone with a fixed mindset sees intelligence and talent as fixed traits. You either have it or you don't. And this can lead to a fear of failure and lack of motivation to try new things. And someone with a growth mindset sees intelligence and talent as things that can be developed through effort and learning. This leads to willingness to take on new challenges, learn from mistakes, and keep improving. And the most fascinating part is that there's an actual difference in brain activity between someone with a fixed mindset and someone with a growth mindset. Brain imaging shows that someone with a growth mindset has an increased activity when receiving corrective feedback. Someone with a fixed mindset has a lower activity when receiving corrective feedback. Now, let me address a critical question you might have. If you have a fixed mindset, can you actually shift towards a growth mindset? Well, have you ever heard the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Well, let me tell you that neuroscience throws some serious shade at that proverb. Our brains, it turns out, are extremely adaptable and flexible. And this amazing ability of the brain to change and improve is called neuroplasticity. When you learn new skill like playing piano or mastering a language, the connections between your brain cells strengthen. The more you see them, the easier it is to navigate. Now, the question is, do our brain lose its neuroplasticity with age? And here, several scientific researches found that neuroplasticity is high early in life, but it doesn't shut down when you get older. Throughout our whole lives, we can continue to build new neural pathways and strengthen existing ones. This is where the concept of growth mindset comes in. A growth mindset is all about understanding that intelligence and abilities are not fixed traits, but rather skills that can be developed throughout effort and learning. Now, why mindset matters? Because the stories we tell ourselves shape our reality. Imagine your brain is a giant hard drive. Every experience, every piece of information you encounter gets filed away in a specific way. But how that information is organized and accessed depends heavily on your mindset. And mindsets are like internal stories, often related to our sense of identity. They shape how we interpret information, make decisions, and ultimately impact our success. For example, if you carry the narrative, I'm bad at math, you might approach a math problem with a sense of dread and resignation. This mindset will be at the core of your entire experience. You might focus on what you don't understand instead of seeking solutions and strategies. That's where a cognitive bias called the confirmation bias comes into play. It's when we naturally focus on information that confirms what we already believe and forget or ignore things that don't fit. So the key here is to be aware of these narratives and their origins. Did someone tell you that you're bad at math? Did you have a frustrating experience early on with a teacher? Understanding where these narratives come from, internal beliefs or external feedback, is crucial. And here's where things get really interesting. Research by Dweck and Muller in 1998 shed light on the power of feedback and its impact on mindset. Imagine two groups of students who completed a challenging task. One group received effort feedback, like you tried really hard, and the other received intelligence feedback, like oh, you're so smart. And the results are fascinating. Students who received praise for their effort were more likely to choose challenging problems in the future, seeking opportunities to learn and grow, and improve their performance over time as they persisted with effort. Students who were praised for their intelligence were more likely to choose easier problems to avoid failure and maintain the perception of being smart. Show decreased performance over time as they stopped seeking challenges. Misrepresent their performance, for example, lying about scores or cheating to protect their perceived intelligence. So these research challenges the common beliefs that praising intelligence is always beneficial. In fact, it can backfire real quick and prevent growth. So what does it mean for you? Developing a growth mindset is about recognizing and rewriting your limiting beliefs. When you focus on effort and the power of learning, you open yourself to new possibilities. You become proactive in shaping your brain, building stronger neural pathways, and ultimately achieving your full potential. Now, how to overcome our limiting beliefs for a growth mindset? Leverage the power of yet. The concept of yet is a very powerful tool for growth mindset. It acknowledges your current limitations without making them permanent. Instead, it puts the focus on the potential for growth with effort and learning. Think about some of the world's most successful people. Michael Jordan, the basketball legend, famously said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and I missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeeded." Jordan clearly understood the power of yet. He didn't see his failures as roadblocks, but learning as experiences that fueled his future successes. And J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, faced countless rejections from publishers before her book became a global phenomenon. She embodies the spirit of yet as well. In her own words, it's impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. So how can you use yet in your own life? The next time you find yourself discouraged, try adding yet to your negative self-talk. Instead of "I'm not good at this," reframe as "I'm not good at this yet." And this simple addition opens up the door on future possibilities. And yet is a powerful tool for growth mindset thinking. It allows you to see challenges as opportunities, failures as stepping stones, and ultimately yourself as work in progress with incredible potential. Now, let me give you some strategies for growth. Embrace challenges. Remember that feeling of accomplishment after mastering a new skill? That's the power of neuroplasticity in action. As we mentioned earlier, our brains are constantly forming new connections and strengthening existing ones. When we embrace challenges, we push ourselves outside our comfort zones, stimulating the creation of these neural pathways. Think of it like building a muscle. The more you challenge it, the stronger it gets. And this applies to your brain as well. Scientific studies have shown that engaging in challenging tasks leads to increased activity in brain regions associated with learning and memory. So the next time you encounter a difficulty, see it as an opportunity to grow your brain power. Then celebrate effort. We've all heard that saying, "It's not about winning, it's about participating." And when it comes to building a growth mindset, that is true. The focus should be on celebrating effort over simply achieving goals. And why? Because praising efforts sends a powerful message. Your hard work and dedication are valued regardless of the outcome. And this encourages perseverance, the willingness to keep trying even when things get wrong. So let me give you some tips to celebrate effort. Focus on the process, not just the product. You practiced piano for a whole hour today, that's fantastic. Acknowledge obstacles and highlight persistence. That math problem was tricky, but you didn't give up. Celebrate small wins as stepping stones to bigger successes. You learned 2 new vocabulary words today, keep it up. Then learn from mistakes. Let's face it, no one enjoys making mistakes. But what if we could change our perspective? In a growth mindset, mistakes are not failures, but valuable learning experiences. Imagine learning a new dance move. You'll stumble a few times before you get it right. And those stumbles aren't failures, they are part of the learning process. And here's how to reframe your perception of mistakes. View mistakes as opportunities to learn and improve. Like, I missed that question on the test, now I know what area to focus on studying. Analyze mistakes to identify areas for improvement. Like, what could I do differently to solve that math problem? Then seek feedback. Constructive feedback is a powerful tool for growth. It allows you to see your strengths and weaknesses from a different perspective. However, not all feedback is created equal, and here's how to approach and utilize feedback effectively. Seek out feedback from trusted sources. Don't ask feedback from any stranger in the street. Ask teachers, mentors, or peers who can provide honest and constructive feedback. Focus on the how and the why behind the feedback. Don't get defensive. Use it as an opportunity to identify areas of improvement. Because we often tend to take things personally, and let me tell you that our ego could be our worst enemy sometimes. Then turn feedback into action. Once you understand the why, create a plan to address the feedback and put your learning into practice. Visualize yourself succeeding. Visualization is the act of creating mental images of yourself achieving your goals. And this powerful technique can be a valuable tool in a growth mindset. When you visualize success, you activate areas of the brain responsible for planning and execution. It's like giving your brain a roadmap to follow. And here's a simple guided visualization to try. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Imagine yourself achieving a specific goal, like acing a presentation or mastering a new skill. See yourself taking action, overcoming challenges, and feeling confident and successful. Focus on the positive emotions associated with achieving your goals. And don't get me wrong, visualizing and manifesting success is not about magic, but programming your brain for growth. Now, you know the keys to unlock a growth mindset by embracing challenges, celebrating efforts, making mistakes, seeking feedback, and visualizing success. Now, what actionable steps can you take on to apply this in your life? The first thing is to focus your efforts and choosing your growth battle. Because let's face it, we all have a limited amount of energy and willpower. While a growth mindset is about embracing challenges, it's also about being strategic. We can't and shouldn't try to improve everything at once, because we just would end up not improving anything at all. So the key is to focus your efforts on the areas of life that are the most meaningful to you. And here's how to prioritize your growth battles. Identify your big why. What are your long-term goals and aspirations? What are the areas of life where you want to see the most significant growth? Is it career, relationships, fitness, or education? Then choose your battles. Based on your big why, identify a few key areas where you want to focus your growth mindset efforts. Maybe you want to improve your public speaking skills for career advancement or develop patience in your relationship. So pick 2 or 3 specific areas to focus on initially. Then set SMART goals. Within those areas, set SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This will help you stay motivated and celebrate your accomplishments. And you know, it's okay to say no to some challenges sometimes. Conserving your mental energy for the areas of growth that truly matter will allow you to make significant progress. So now that you've identified your growth battles, let's explore how to apply a growth mindset in your everyday life. Here are some practical examples for you. At work, when faced with a challenging project, embrace it as an opportunity to learn new skills. Focus on effort and collaboration, and don't be afraid to ask for help from colleagues. And in relationships, when there is a disagreement with a friend or a family member, view it as an opportunity to practice communication and understanding. Focus on actively listening and finding solutions together. Now, with fitness goals. Haven't reached your ideal weight by next week? Progress takes time. Celebrate the small victories: an extra mile, a healthier meal, and use setbacks as motivation to keep going. Now, another area in education. Stuck on a difficult concept in school? Don't label yourself as bad at math or unintelligent. Seek out additional resources, ask questions, and view these challenges as opportunities to deepen your learning. And these are just a few examples. The key is to adopt a constructive approach in all areas of life. So instead of getting discouraged by difficulties, see them as opportunities for learning and growth. And by focusing on effort, perseverance, and the power of yet, you can navigate any challenge and achieve your full potential. Throughout this discussion, we've explored the power of the growth mindset, and we've learned that our brains are capable of incredible change and growth throughout our lives with neuroplasticity. By adopting a growth mindset, we embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. Effort and perseverance are more important than innate talent. Mistakes are valuable learning experiences, not failures. Focusing on yet reframes limitations as possibilities for future growth. By implementing these principles, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. Now is the time to take action and integrate your growth mindset into your life. And here's a recap of our roadmap. Identify your big why and choose your growth model. What areas of life do you want to prioritize for growth? Set smart goals to track your progress and celebrate your achievements. Embrace challenges with a yet mentality. Instead of I can't, say I can't yet. Seek constructive feedback and use it as a learning opportunity. Practice visualization and see yourself achieving your goals. Ready to keep growing? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content to fuel your growth journey. Remember, you have the power to unlock your full potential one growth step at a time. Believe in yourself, embrace challenges, and never stop learning. See you in the next video. Take care.